Hi, I'm Dave Mosinski with Sly Incorporated, and today we're going to discuss the proper startup procedures for a new dust collector or one with new filter bags installed. The following information are our guidelines, and after reviewing this material, you may want to contact your Baghouse OEM in the event they may suggest some variations unique to their equipment. And by the way, a transcript of this information is available by calling Sly's aftermarket department. Now, proper startup procedures will help prevent initial blinding and extend the life of new filters installed in your dust collector. Startup procedures are used to develop an initial protective dust cake on the filter bags. This is also referred to as seasoning or conditioning the media, and can be done with either the dust you're collecting, but preferably with agricultural lime, diatomaceous earth, or one of several specifically developed products that are available on the market to purchase. Seasoning of a collector's filter bags is one of the most important things you can do to make sure your dust collector will perform at its optimal level over the life of the filter media. In a fabric filter dust collector, the filter media is used to support a dust cake. The initial dust cake is a porous layer of collected particulate that develops during the conditioning period of new filter bags. During startup, pre-coating the filter bags will protect them from damage that can be caused by dust impacting the new, clean bags at a high velocity and becoming lodged deep in the fibers. This lodged dust will likely be retained permanently, causing an increased pressure drop for the life of the media. In fact, some dusts that are oily and or sticky absolutely require this protection up front, or the media will clog and not clean down from the onset. This is called blinding, and in extreme cases, blinding during startup can ruin filter bags immediately. Depending on the type of filter media you're using, this common mistake can be a very expensive lesson learned. And in some instances, pre-coating the media may be required by the EPA when dealing with certain types of hazardous dusts. A needle felt filter bag will not reach its highest collection efficiency until an adequate dust cake is developed on the filter media. Initial efficiency of a new filter bag, with the exception of one with a PTFE membrane, is typically much lower than when a layer of dust is present on the filters. Now, this is because the dust cake actually does the fine particulate collection while using the filter media itself as a base or a substrate. Because of this, you may be required to bring your new filters up to a desired level of collection efficiency by pre-coating them with a conditioning agent before you can begin your process. Now, there are various conditioning agents that can be used. Diatomaceous earth and agricultural limestone can be used, but there are specifically designed and manufactured pre-coating materials that are better suited for this job available on the market. The one that we prefer and sell is marketed under the name of Precoat, with a K, and Precoat is readily available through our aftermarket department here at Sly. Before beginning startup procedures, be sure to inspect your unit for correct installation of the filter bags and operation of related auxiliary equipment. And on critical emission installations, it would be prudent to perform a dye test to check for any mechanical leaks from worn gaskets or improperly installed filter bags. And for more information on this, see our video on how to perform a dye test at slyinc.com. Also, be sure to turn the power off when inspecting the equipment and perform any lockout, tagout, or other safety procedures as required on rotary valves, screw conveyors, and fans to ensure you're working in a safe environment. And at some facilities, confined space training and certification may be required when performing maintenance on or in your dust collector. Now I'll detail the correct startup procedures for your baghouse, if one, using pre-coat, when used on a dryer or dryer cooler application, and finally, when not using any conditioning agent. First is proper startup using a pre-coating material. As I mentioned earlier, Sly recommends using Precoat brand conditioning agent. Precoat forms a uniform, three-dimensional, porous dust cake that is ideal for efficient and effective baghouse operation. Due to its multi-walled, curved structure of varying sizes and shapes, Precoat provides a natural, well-balanced particle size distribution that promotes increased airflows, thus reducing differential pressure and, in turn, energy costs for operating your dust collector. You'll also use much less Precoat than any other types of conditioning agents. There are some pre-coating materials that have been used in the past that we recommend you avoid for a variety of reasons that we won't go into now, but they are unhydrated lime, pebble, quicklime, fly ash, and any material that is hygroscopic, non-agglomerating, or spherical in particle shape. Before you begin, you'll need to have enough conditioning agent on hand. To calculate how much you need when using Precoat brand, take the total square foot of filter media in the baghouse and divide by 0.042. This number is the total pounds of conditioning agent your baghouse will require, or just over 1 pound for each 40 square feet of media. For diatomaceous earth, use 1 pound per 20 square feet of media, and agricultural limestone will require 1 pound for every 5 square feet of media. If you don't know how many square feet of media your filter bags have, you'll need to take measurements. If the filter is tubular bag, you simply take the bag diameter, multiply it by pi, or 3.1416, multiply that by the bag length in inches, and divide by 144, and you get the square feet for one bag. Multiply this number by the number of filters in the unit, and you get the total square feet of filter media in your dust collector. To begin the process of pre-coating the new media, be sure to turn the pulse cleaning system off. You can now start the exhaust fan with the damper closed to 50 to 60% of design volume. Then introduce the pre-coat material into your collector. You can do this through an access door in your ductwork or hopper. Or you may need to install a small 2 to 3 inch diameter takeoff with a blast gate in your inlet ductwork. The rate of feed for the pre-coat should not exceed 10 pounds per minute maximum on units designed up to 25,000 CFM, 25 pounds per minute on units designed for 25 to 50,000 CFM, 45 pounds per minute for units between 50 and 75,000 CFM, 60 pounds per minute for 75 to 100,000 CFM, and 100 pounds per minute for units between 100 and 200,000 CFM. Maintain this flow of pre-coat until the baghouse differential pressure stabilizes. This stabilization point can be anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of water gauge. Once the differential pressure stabilizes, you can be assured of an even layer of dust cake on your filters. Now move the damper or blast gate to full open or previous full operation set point and begin collecting dust from your process. When the differential pressure reaches 4 to 5 inches of water, initiate one complete cleaning cycle. The pressure drop should then go down to 1 to 2 inches of water. Now when the differential pressure returns to 4 to 6 inches, you can start your automatic cleaning system. Now that the filters are seasoned and you have resumed production, monitor pressure drop and adjust the amount of cleaning to achieve a stable condition. This will require adjusting the duration of your on-time and off-time pulse cleaning timer settings. Be sure to monitor your dust collector's pressure drop over time. Best practice is to record differential pressure each day. This will allow you the ability to spot issues with your dust collector, such as bad diaphragm pulse valves, solenoid valves, timer, or other issues that may be caused by poor compressed air quality. Frequent monitoring will give you time to order replacement filters and parts before an emergency situation develops. If your collector was not supplied with an on-demand cleaning timer, you may want to contact us about acquiring a timer board which allows you to save compressed air and extend the life of your filter bags by pulse cleaning only when the pressure drop across your system reaches desired levels. If you purchased your baghouse from Sly in the last decade, you likely already have our MP404 version timer. This timer requires a simple plug-in pressure module, some tubing, and fittings to activate the on-demand functions. You can purchase this kit to do this through our aftermarket department here at Sly. Now if your baghouse is installed on a dryer or dryer cooler application, you'll need to start up a little bit differently. The first 3 steps are the same, but then you'll need to preheat the collector to avoid a moisture issue. The startup process for this is, again, turn off the cleaning system. Start the fan with the damper close to 50 to 60% of design volume. Inject the proper amount of pre-coat material at the required feed rate as discussed earlier. Now maintain this flow until the baghouse stabilizes, again in a range from 1 to 3 inches. Now preheat the collector through the process heating system or an external heat source and monitor the temperature. Bear in mind, during preheat and at reduced volume, do not introduce any product into your dryer. When the temperature in your collector reaches 25 degrees above the dew point, you can then increase air volume to design and start the process feed. Again, monitor pressure drop, and when it reaches 4 to 5 inches of water, initiate one cleaning cycle and the differential pressure should drop to 2 to 3 inches of water. When it reaches 4 to 6 inches again, start the automatic cleaning system. monitor the pressure drop, and adjust the pulse cleaning timer to achieve a stable condition. If you don't already have an on-demand cleaning timer, please consider upgrading to save filter bag life and energy consumption. Finally, to start up a dust collector when not using a pre-coat conditioning agent, again, turn the cleaning system off, position the fan damper to 50 to 60% of full open, and start the fan. Now, depending on system design, start the product flow. If required, add a reduced volume. When the fan reaches full speed, gradually open the damper to full operating position and monitor the pressure drop. And at 3 to 4 inches of differential pressure, start the cleaning system. Continue operation of the baghouse and adjust the pulse cleaning timer to maintain a 4 to 5 inch water gauge differential pressure. Now this concludes our training video on proper startup procedures for dust collectors. Now please remember, most importantly, to follow your company's safety procedures at all times when working on any equipment at your facility. If you need further help with this, please pick up the phone and give us a call at 800-334-2957 or visit our website at slyinc.com.